The Guardian of the Gate. High among the clouds, where the snow-capped peaks of Mount Kailash touch the heavens, lies the celestial home of the great Lord Shiva and his beloved wife, the Goddess Parvati. This was a place of breathtaking beauty, with gardens that bloomed with starlight flowers and waterfalls that sang melodies of pure peace. One glorious morning, the goddess Parvati decided she wished to bathe. She prepared a pool with water scented with lotus petals and fragrant oils. It was a private, peaceful time she cherished. However, she felt a need for a guard, someone utterly loyal and devoted to her, who would ensure her solitude was not disturbed by anyone, not even by chance. Her gaze fell upon the golden bowl of sandalwood paste and turmeric she had prepared for her skin. An idea, divine and wonderful, sparked in her mind. Taking the fragrant, earthy paste, she began to mold it with her graceful hands. She sculpted the figure of a young boy, perfect in every detail, from his strong shoulders to his handsome face. He was the most beautiful child imaginable, a sculpture of pure innocence and strength. Pleased with her creation, she leaned in close and with a gentle breath whispered the sacred mantras of life. She then took a handful of holy water from the river Ganges, which flowed through the heavens, and sprinkled it upon the figure. At once, the sandalwood boy stirred. His eyes, bright as newborn stars, blinked open, and he looked upon Parvati. His first sight was of his mother, and his heart filled with an instant, unshakable devotion. "My son," Parvati said, her voice as soft as silk, "you are my child, and I entrust you with a most important task. I am going to bathe. You must stand guard at the entrance to my chambers. Allow no one, and I mean no one, to enter until I return. Will you do this for me?" The boy stood tall, his chest puffing out with pride. He held a small staff that his mother had given him. "Yes, mother," he declared, his voice clear and strong. "No one shall pass. I will guard the door with my life." Parvati smiled, kissed his forehead, and disappeared into her private chambers, her heart content. The boy took his position by the ornate doorway, his expression serious and his stance firm. He was the guardian, and he would not fail. Meanwhile, Lord Shiva was returning from a deep meditation in the farthest reaches of the Himalayas. His mind was calm as a still mountain lake, and he looked forward to seeing his beloved Parvati. As he approached his home, his great bull, Nandi, trotting faithfully behind him, he was surprised to see a young boy he did not recognize standing resolutely before his wife's door. Shiva, with his flowing hair and the crescent moon adorning it, was an awesome sight, yet the boy did not flinch. "Greetings," Shiva said, his voice a low rumble like distant thunder. "I wish to see my wife. Please step aside." The boy planted his staff firmly on the ground. "I cannot," he said respectfully, but without a hint of fear. "My mother, the goddess Parvati, has ordered me to allow no one to enter, and no one shall." Shiva's eyebrows rose in surprise. He was not accustomed to being denied anything, especially entry into his own home. "Your mother?" he questioned, a slight edge to his voice. "Child, I am Lord Shiva, her husband. The order does not apply to me. Now move." But the boy was bound by his promise. "My mother's command was clear. No one," he repeated, his young face a picture of determination. "I do not know who you are, sir, but you cannot pass." A flicker of annoyance crossed Shiva's face. He admired the boy's courage, but his patience was wearing thin. He sent his loyal attendants, the Ganas, to reason with the child, but the boy fought them off with surprising strength, his small staff whirling like a propeller. He was a warrior born, defending his post with all his might. Now Shiva's famous temper began to stir. To be barred from his own home by a child of unknown origin was an insult he could not bear. The calm lake of his mind became a raging sea. A tempestuous energy began to crackle around him. "You dare to defy me?" he roared, his third eye glowing with cosmic fire. "You leave me no choice." In a flash of divine, uncontrollable anger, and not knowing that this brave guardian was Parvati's own creation, Lord Shiva drew his mighty trident, and with a single, swift movement, he severed the boy's head from his shoulders. The small body fell lifelessly to the ground. The silence that followed was heavy and absolute. A few moments later, Parvati emerged from her bath, refreshed and serene. Her smile vanished when she saw the scene before her. Her beautiful son lay slain upon the ground, and her husband stood over him, the trident still humming with power. A cry of pure anguish tore from her heart, a sound so full of sorrow and rage that it shook the foundations of the heavens. "What have you done?" she screamed. Tears of grief carved down her cheeks. "He was our son, my son. I created him to be my loyal guardian, and you have killed him." Seeing her grief, understanding dawned on Shiva, and his rage vanished, replaced with a profound and terrible regret. He had let his anger blind him and committed a dreadful act. Parvati's grief was so immense that it threatened to unleash a destructive power that could shatter the universe. "My love, forgive me," Shiva pleaded, rushing to her side. "I did not know. I will fix this. I will bring him back to you." He immediately commanded his Ganas, "Go, rush down the mountainside and into the forests of the world. Bring me the head of the very first living creature you find sleeping with its head facing north." The Ganas, desperate to undo the tragedy, flew with the speed of wind. They scoured the forests and plains, and the first creature they came upon was a magnificent, wise old elephant sleeping peacefully under a banyan tree. With heavy hearts, they fulfilled their lord's command, taking the elephant's head and returning with it to Mount Kailash. With Parvati watching through her tears, Shiva took the great elephant head and, using his divine power, carefully placed it upon the boy's body. He chanted the sacred words of life once more, and a golden light enveloped the child. The boy stirred, and then he sat up, alive and whole once more, but now with the head of an elephant. Parvati rushed to embrace him, her joy as immense as her grief had been. Shiva, looking upon the boy, his son, was filled with love and pride. "He shall be my son as much as yours, and to honor his bravery and his new form, I grant him a great boon. He shall be known as Ganesha, the Lord of all my Ganas. He will be the remover of obstacles, and all who seek to begin a new journey, a new venture, or a new day will worship him first. Before any prayer is offered to any other god, a prayer must first be offered to our son, Ganesha. In this way, his honor will be assured for all time."
And so it is. To this very day, at the entrance to temples and homes, and at the beginning of all important undertakings, one will find the beloved elephant-headed figure of Lord Ganesha. He is the guardian of the gate, the clearer of paths, and a timeless reminder of devotion, courage, and the love between a mother and her son.